What's going on, people? We got this pretty new UI we're working with. Today we're going to be playing some Tinkering Assassin. I made one change to the deck. We're testing out 2 Elfweir Conjurer over Nixox. I think Nixox just kind of helped us high roll a little bit sometimes, whereas I think Elfweir Conjurer raises the baseline power level. The high rolls won't be as high, but I think it improves the deck overall and shifts the curve back ever so slightly. Just to help with some of those brick scenarios and helps us go wide. I think it just makes sense. So we're going to be trying that out. Also, I wanted to make you guys aware, obviously if you're a fan of this channel, you're a fan of off-meta decks, trying to win the best you can using not the best decks in the game. And recently I was brought into a Discord that Silverfuse, Lasergician, and Dead Broke Nerd put together. It's for exactly that type of player. Players that want to win, but aren't necessarily inclined to use the best decks in the game to do so. Their description is players that are right in between being a hyper-competitive player and a casual player. So if you're that type of player and you want to join that Discord, things like deck help, deck building, discussions, all that stuff is going on in there. If that interests you, check down into the description below. There'll be an invite to that Discord. I'm in there. Aeolus is in there, Silverfuse, Dead Broken. There's a whole bunch of people in there. Give it a look if that's the kind of thing that you think you'd be interested in.
Eureka! I'll learn this spell yet.
Got nice discounts going on this early. This could be Aggro Move Monk. One of my pet projects of late. I apologize if you can hear the dogs going absolutely bonkers upstairs. They just do that in the morning and in the afternoon. All it takes is like somebody walking by. It's quite annoying. But hopefully you guys can't hear it. Here's this new Conjurer we were talking about. I got so many gems since my premiums were Elfweir Conjurers from the pre-order. I think I wound up with 12,000 gems or something like that. Pretty wild. That's an interesting card to see. But I guess it is a move card.
Eureka!
I mean, that couldn't have attacked me anyway. I could have just left it. I didn't need to play that. So this is definitely Move Monk. Kitty Cat Conjurer can be a good play soon. And we have a 0-cost Tinkering right on top of it, ready to go. So hopefully we have a creature on the board when we play our Conjurer.
Aha!
I was like, what are you doing?
Shall we put in a dishonest day's rent?
I think we'll pass on this. Honestly, there is a world where we trade with this Leaf Lurker and then we like tinker right away with Conjurer and killing our Brynjolf. Potentially. Especially since we know they're playing kill cards when you're wounded type of thing. We don't have to worry about this as much because, like we said, it can't go face at all. That's pretty good. Let's go right to a 9-drop, I guess. That seems pretty solid. And we'll just play Barilzars in the other lane for more life gain. I was considering the Elfweir Conjurer play, but this guy is too good to get rid of, and Barilzars is too good to just get rid of. There's so much like low-cost cards in our deck. I think we can afford to be patient. Shadow Shift. Okay. I assume he'll be killing our poor queen. But that also means that that is 4 more damage. It's not going face.
Clear out!
Okay.
I am the night.
Let's eat the Harpy. Just in case at some point we tinker into like a Bone Weaver, we'll keep the double Mages Guild Recruit in our discard pile. Now, this plays slightly better against a possible Javelin. Okay. You get a 10 cost and an 11 cost here. Or I can just Ancano this. I think that probably makes the most sense.
Important things on my mind.
And then I can try and fish for a Tazcat on this guy if I want to. Or just save my Tinkering and see what happens. I think I'll just save my Tinkering and see what happens. Oh, they're just gonna forfeit.
A fine battle.
I was gonna say, the Tinkering is just... We didn't need to do it there. I think it would have been a little bit greedy to try and fish for lethal on that. We had a very commanding board, and even if you had something like Dawn's Wrath, it wasn't going to stop the big threat that we had in each lane. So the Conjurer is coming in handy already. Which is the exact kind of thing that we thought we were going to want to do with it. What are we playing against here? Hopefully something we can beat. Dominion, alright. Jedit au Janin. Parlez-vous français? I apologize if you're French and I just butchered your language. Yikes, okay. I mean, I like those two cards, but we just have to control the board long enough on the way there. Yikes again. I mean, we've got our late game curve settled. Go for it. I just want to kill that before things start snowballing and he draws a card on turn 7 with it. I know that sounds ridiculous to say on turn 2, but... Wax and Wane Dominion? Pass. I can take a hit for now.
My power is not to be underestimated.
Especially so if he's going to do that. Alright, our hand is still very awkward.
Ring.
Okay, I assume he'll trade and trade, but it gets us back to the baseline that we want.
My power is not to be underestimated.
I'll take a card for that. I'm going to play it like this, because if he trades into this, we can Skeletal Mage, eat up a Harpy, and deal 2 damage to that next turn. And I assume that Queen is going to get some sort of removal here. That's my best guess anyway.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Do I have anything with 4 attack in the discard? No. But theoretically, I could trade and play Skeletal Mage, eat up Queen to kill the Tower Alchemist if I am truly concerned with what's about to happen. I assume the worst thing that we're going to see from that is a Moongate. Still could be problematic. but I don't know if it's truly problematic enough to warrant an answer. Or we trade, use the ring and Ancano, but I feel like that would be excessive. So I think we'll just take this out. Play the Skeletal Mage, eat up Queen, and kill the Technoquest. Again, I assume he has Moongate, and there's nothing we can do to flat out stop that. But if we top deck something like a Tinker, Belmora Spymaster can be a good play next turn. We've got a whole bunch of options.
By the light of Joe Nanjo.
Not super worried about that.
Dark times breed dark omens.
So we're gonna heal for a lot, but
I have many important
just zap this thing down. That Moongate was, I mean, he gained a lot of health, but I think it was very low impact overall. I'm okay with that kind of Moongate. Especially since he used a Rebellion General for it as well. I don't think that really did much for him. Now that one, that's a good one. That's an excellent one, actually. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so we go Fate Weaver
The stars
into
portend.
Belmora,
I strike like the Moraton.
into Tinker on. Let's go Skeletal Mage first. It's in 2 cards mode. Yeah, that might even be even better than what we could have gotten in the alternatives. Yes. Turn this into a 9-drop. Ooh, okay. This was an excellent turn. Cleared his board, drew 2 cards, upgraded our power quite a bit. Okay, we can conjure that if we need to.
There will be sweetmeats for this one tonight.
There's the jab. Oh no, it's a harpy. Okay. We can Skelly Mage that. It would require eating Ancano. I think that's probably mostly fine, but I think we should probably conjure Fate Weaver first, just in case we don't need to Skelly Mage.
Creation. The perfect life form.
It's interesting. 6/7 Abner Tharn is pretty solid. Because now we will have the option of copying this Frost Scale. Killing the Shear Point and the Harpy in the process. And we'll pass. Again, I assume he's got removal, but we still have some pretty
This
powerful
one will
cards
be
in our hand.
gone, Yes.
This is a more controlled Dominion. I would not be surprised to see a Dawn's Wrath happen here. We'll take it. It's pretty solid.
Witness my genius.
The stars portend.
Let's hang on to that. I'm actually going to wait to play the Suthay until next turn so we can draw a card from it. He could even have an Ice Storm here. 20 Dominion. Damn, all 3 share points already? That's unfortunate. And he's an altar deck. First one will either be Moon Bishop or Ungolem. Okay. Well, now we'll eat up Mechanar. Kill that. And I'm going to draw last, just because it was very unlikely we're doing anything other than killing that. And we'll just pass. Doing this in chunks of 3 at a time, which isn't ideal, but we're doing what we can. That tells me he has Ice Storm or another Debilitate. Or he's just planning on sacrificing that. 2-drop would be Harpy, Wardcrafter, the 3/2 guy that draws cards. There's quite a few good ones. Pikachu Cat is also an option. We do have a little bit of reach in hand, so we need to connect for 5 somehow. Zap. Here's the new revealed card changes. So I guess he's going to double curse my Frost Scale. Okay, but as long as I can connect with these two, I'm fine.
A fine battle.
Alright, those are some pretty solid games, if I may say so myself. I do think the Elfique change overall is probably better. You won't have as many crazy Nixox plays. But honestly, Nixox was extra good with Luzra, and with Luzra being nerfed, I think it's okay to bring down that average power level a little bit. But yeah, that's it. Gonna be it for now, guys. Like I said, if you want to join that Discord, check in the description below. And thank you guys all very much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.